Might take a quick look at the Sydney Morning Herald. Of course, this story also making headlines there, Mike, but also this issue about the air quality there in Sydney. It says hazardous air 28 days in the past 2 months. Sydney residents have breathed through 38 days of very poor air quality since the start of November, including 28 days considered to be hazardous, amid calls from the New South Wales opposition for Premier Gladys Berejiklian to intervene with a specific plan to deal with poor air quality across the state. Sydney was again blanketed by smoke yesterday. I mean, give us an idea for people who don't live in Sydney, Mike, how bad it's been and whether you think it's actually something that the government might be able to do something about.
I don't exactly know what they would do about it. I know that you see advertisements outside chemist shops for masks. If you go online, people talk about wearing masks. Some make a difference, but I think only the serious kind. But I was in a lovely spot yesterday having lunch right on the harbour, and it was smoky. It really was. I have never seen it so bad. I've lived in Sydney on and off all my life, and I've never seen the smoke this bad. In fact, I haven't seen this bad anywhere. I was in Melbourne when they had really bad fires back in the 80s, as I say, in Canberra, and I've never seen it this bad.
Yeah, it's a serious situation, that's for sure. The fires are also making headlines on the front page of tomorrow's Canberra Times. Homes lost as fire crisis builds is the headline there in the nation's capital. It says dozens of homes have been lost in the latest day of the New South Wales fire emergency, with about 2,500 firefighters battling various blazes as a state of emergency was declared. The weather also making news in Adelaide, and we might go now to the front page of the Adelaide Advertiser, because our guest from Adelaide, Michael Owen, has just joined us, former gun political reporter from the Australian newspaper and now the Managing Director of Owen Media Relations. And if we have a look at this story on the front page of the Advertiser, Michael, in the line of fire, obviously some extreme temperatures that we're seeing in South Australia as well, and some serious fire danger ahead there.
Yes, South Australia is certainly not immune from what's happening across the country, and we've just had a week of temperatures above 40 degrees, 44 today, 45 tomorrow in metropolitan areas, and of course much hotter out there in the regional areas. And it's almost like a perfect storm with conditions, really now at their peak, and some concern, not so much about wind gusts, but more lightning in some of those regional areas that might spark fires. And certainly the entire state's on high alert. And God, you would hope that there are no major fires in South Australia, because all those firefighters and resources that are in New South Wales and Queensland, and it feels like every time we come on the show that we're talking about the fires, and about last month before summer even started. So they must be exhausted, those firefighters who are absolute heroes out there fighting the fires.
No doubt. I think that's an important point to make tonight.